Oh, and there's a flash fire. Oh, that's glorious. Oh, and another one too. Oh, I love that. I really do. Welcome back, everybody, to another Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts Naval Academy mission. We're going to be playing the Power of Dreadnoughts today, and depending on how fast that one goes, we might get into the Battle Cruiser versus Dreadnought mission as well. So, taking a look at this one, Battleship is what we're going to build. We have $50 million, so we're obviously getting into slightly better technology now. We're taking on 2 enemy battleships, so I feel like this is something I feel pretty comfortable with. We could get an additional $25 million for more funds, or we can boost technology. Man, I do like the technology boosts that would be available here. I think I'm going to go with that, but we'll see. I might have to go back and rethink this. Yeah, I guess we're not real advanced on technology yet, but let's go ahead and see what we can put together. And please don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that like button. Make sure you watch the video all the way through, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd greatly appreciate that. We could actually build 6 battleships with the money we have right now, but that is not going to be the way that this goes. Honestly, I'd be pretty content with just 1 battleship if it's a really tough one. So let's go ahead and just start with our towers, our funnels. I think we'll go with triple funnels because it's not like we can put anything else in there besides that. Let's look and see what kind of guns. We can actually go up to quads now, and 15-inch we have, but I don't think I want 15s at Mark 1. I think I'll probably go ahead and go with 14s because these are Mark 3, so they're better technology, pretty good accuracy once you get within about 7,500 meters or so. I don't think I want 14s, or I want quad 14s. In fact, I might even only go with duals here. And let's see where that puts us as far as weight and cost and all of that. We're actually overweight now, so let's go up to Krupp 4, which is going to cost a lot. But that drops us under, but boy, it still puts us pretty close on weight. It only leaves us about 1,200 tons. Now, we could make up a lot of that by dropping some speed. That gets us a little more available. I might go without Citadel protection. Let me see how much weight and cost that adds. Well, it doesn't add a lot of cost. It does add a little bit of weight. That's probably worth it. I do like going up to geared turbines. It is going to drive the cost up, but not significantly. I at least want to get Barbette 1. We can't go anywhere with the hulls. Black powder explosives is the only choice we have. I would like to get some torpedoes, but I'm not sure what the range is going to be on these things. The range is only 1 kilometer. So I'm going to throw a couple of them on there just because you never know when that might come in handy, but I'm not going to throw a bunch of them on there. So it looks like we're actually dealing with pretty early tech still, but these 14-inch guns are pretty big. Where are we at on engine efficiency? Is good. We could actually, I think, drop a little more speed, although it's not changing the weight that much at that point. All right, so the last thing I'll look at then is go into a fully automatic gun reload. What's that do to our weight and our cost? We're still able to get 3 battleships, so that's the good news. We can go electric hydro here, and that still gives us 3 battleships. Unfortunately, we got to drop this back a little further in order to get the weight offset a little better. I'm looking at pitch and roll here to see how that's hurting us. Roll's not too bad, so there's not a lot of hits to that, but pitch, let's see, 24% accuracy penalty from sea waves. I guess everything else not too bad. The only other thing we can do now is try to add a little bit of armor and keep it at the point where we keep 3 battleships. All right, so we're going to have 3 battleships versus 2. They're only going to be armed with 4 14-inch guns each, but I feel like we can get the job done this way. Okay, here we go. 3 on 2. I feel pretty good about our chances. We're just going to go ahead and speed it up, start steaming north. I want to keep in a tight formation, gives me the best accuracy possible. Everything I can do to get accuracy is going to help. We're going to try to focus all of our fire on one ship, take it down. Alright, we've spotted them. I'll keep it going at 5 times speed for a little while. I'm going to drop just a little bit to 17. He's coming straight at me. Looks like he's got better tech. I feel like that's a better tech of battleship, which I guess makes sense. To make it more challenging. We're going to go right at this angle. Take our chances. Right now we're at 8.5%, which isn't bad. I mean, considering we're about 6 kilometers out. We've got a 20% cruise speed bonus. No major hits on anything to our accuracy. So it should keep climbing. And it's a decent enough angle. He's hitting our belt armor, and it doesn't seem to be penetrating so far. My belt armor is 14.25 inch, or almost 14.5 inches. And it looks like he's firing with HE shells, which is interesting. Let me make sure we're all firing on the same ships here. We are. Perfect. Of course, you know, in a campaign, I'd never be able to build a ship like this with no secondaries. Because you don't know what you're going to face. Ooh. So that's an 8-inch. So maybe it's just the 8s that are firing HE. It looks like the big guns are firing AP shells. I've only been hit by 8 so far. Alright, where are we at on distance? We're up to 4.5 kilometers. I don't mind getting in close range because I've got good belt armor and I've got those torpedoes that I wouldn't mind being able to use if I got in really super close. We're just going to keep going straight at him. I got to be careful here. I'm getting dangerously close to not being able to fire with my rear turret. In fact, I'm probably already there. Yep, that was only the front ones. There's a nice hit, though. There's a good 14-inch shell. What are his big guns? They're 13s. But he's having a rough time penetrating my armor. Alright, we just landed a hit on Colorado. I thought we were still firing all on one ship, but it looks like we've divided now. 2 of them are firing on Colorado, and then we've got 1 firing on the Bainbridge. And now we've all switched to Colorado. That's fine, we'll let that happen for a little while. Feeling pretty confident right now. Off to a good start, but that could change at any point. Alright, we're getting some good flooding on Colorado now. If we could penetrate 1 more compartment, that might be enough to sink her. I don't think we're there yet. Now I think we might be. That might be enough to get the job done. Colorado's down. What happened? Fire. I didn't even see what happened. I was sitting here watching for float damage. She's 74% structurally. We obviously did something. Oh, and there's a flash fire. Oh, that's glorious. Oh, and another one too. Oh, I love that. I really do. Glorious destruction. Alright, back to the Bainbridge. Now it's 3-on-1. I'm feeling really good about that. We're going to go straight at her. Got to get super close for torpedoes, but I don't think we're going to need them. Don't think we'll even get into a position to be able to use them. We're going to go ahead and turn. We'll take our chances, with stuff like that. Just because we've got such an advantage now. Again, if this were a campaign, different story. You want to try and protect your ships. But obviously, that's not the case here. Oh, and there she goes with a flash fire. Must not have had much protection because that was way too easy. Alright, so we go into the next mission then. Battlecruiser versus Dreadnought. Now we're going up against one battleship, and we've got 20 million to build a battlecruiser. I feel pretty good, again, about this. Enhance, let's go survivability this time. We want to be able to handle what they throw at us. Alright, so we're back at building, and this time we're going to be building a battlecruiser, so we're going to be kind of going away from him, so it's really more important to have the rear being able to fire effectively than the front. I'm not going to worry about anti-torpedo. I definitely want to worry about as much protection as I can get on a battlecruiser. Whatever that may be. It's not a lot. We're already over on cost, so obviously that is not necessarily an option. We're going to have to drop some speed. Dropping speed will definitely reduce the cost, but it's we're in a position already where we just are not going to have that much in the way of protection. Ballistite, we can go all the way up to Lyddite 2. I don't like that. Ballistite might be our best option here. Muzzle velocity, flash fire chance is reduced, which is probably a good idea for the particular type of ship we're going with, although we get a 65% bonus to shell damage if we go here. We just also have to worry about flash fire, so it's a risk. We can get significantly more damage, but we also greatly improve our chances of suffering a flash fire that ends things miserably for us. So that's a chance I'm going to take, and we're definitely going to go with some anti-flood. We've got a lot of weight available, but not a lot of cost available. Since we're going to be at a distance, I'm thinking of protecting the deck as much as I can. Not going to get much on the way of deck extended, unfortunately. And that looks like that's about all we can do. We've still got weight available, but we're maxed out on cost. So we could maybe drop back to Krupp 3, and that'll add weight and reduce cost. I'm really kind of just thinking I want to try and protect what I can from a distance. That's not a lot on top of the turret, unfortunately. I just am trying to protect against some crazy flash fire until we can finish him off. All right, let's dive in and see what happens. All right, here we go. One French battleship. We just got to prevent the big explosion on our end. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the range, but then I'm going to start turning away from him again. We've only got a 0.5% chance to hit right now, but I don't want to give him an angle. So right now we'll just close range and fire with just that front gun. And then once we get to a certain point where I like the range, the distance that we're at, we'll turn it around and we'll allow the two rear guns to fire. And basically do the same thing, but keep the same angle. Okay, we're at 10 kilometers and closing fast. Still only a 0.7% chance to hit. Even with the cruise speed bonus, it's just not good odds for us. We just got to avoid that random shell that hits in just the right spot. And look how many he's firing. What was that to hit me? That was a 9-inch. We're going to keep this angle as best we can. I don't want to get too close, but I've got to give myself a chance. And at this distance, we just don't have it. I can't get into a shootout. I just won't win that. I've got to out-accuracy him somehow. All right, we're 5.7 kilometers now. Still only a 3% chance to hit. Maybe with 2 guns we'll do better. This is where it's a little bit dangerous because we're turning our broadside to him. I'm going to keep turning. We're in at 5 kilometers. That's about as close as we're going to want to get. Still not landing hits. Let's keep turning, keep turning. And that should be pretty good there. That'll allow both guns to fire. We're almost at a place where the front one could too, but I don't want to turn that much of an angle. Still only a 2.6% chance to hit. Man, this is brutal odds. That's not a game we can win. Because we're just going to expend all our shells and never really land much of anything that way. Yeah, man, this is tricky. I just don't know a good way to do this. I don't like being broadside like this. Oh, that could have been much worse, but it was still pretty bad. I don't have a lot of good options here. I can't get a decent firing solution on him. I might just have to go Leroy Jenkins and go straight at him and just take my chances. He's got 13s as well, and I've got way thinner armor than he has. I'm only 6.5 at the belt. I don't think my ship is built for this. I was trying to build for long-range fire, but I'm just not getting the accuracy. And closing isn't going to help that. Only thing I can hope is that going max speed makes me harder for him to hit. But it drops my bonus too. Let's see what his is. He's showing 2.4%. Let's just kind of head straight at him. And then we'll turn away. Get our 2 guns on him and hope we can land a lucky shot. I don't know what else to do. 2%. He's at 3.7% now. Even with my speed. Kind of feeling like I wish I had some torpedoes now. I'm going to turn so I can get these rear guns firing. 2.8%. Not going to fly. He's at 5%. So here's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go back and rebuild and go for a fast torpedo run on this guy. Alright, so we have been able to add quite a bit of belt armor, so we're going to try this kind of bonsai charge thing here. We got 2 12-inch guns up front, 1 in the rear. We can't put any deck torpedo tubes, unfortunately, on this thing, so we can get within 3 kilometers and do a couple of underwater tubes, and that's about it. So we've got 1 on each side, 1 in the rear. That's all we can do. So let's take our chances. Let's get in there. We're going to switch to the ballistite armor or ballistite explosives because I don't want to take a chance of getting nailed there. We're going to go to heavy shells to get better penetration. And then we are going to take our chances and get in at this guy. Let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. We're going to go right at him as best we can at full speed, knowing that we can't out-accuracy him. We're just going to take our chances with being able to maybe land a couple torpedoes on him, have that really thick belt armor at almost 20 inches that hopefully can protect us once we get in close, especially going straight at him. We'll take our chances. Okay, we're at 5.25 kilometers now. We're going to stay straight at him. Hopefully keep that angle from being a problem for us. And we've got one front torpedo tube. That if we get at the right angle, we'll be able to use. We're at 37% chance to hit now. So that's actually really helpful. He's only got 10s this time? Wow, he's got a bunch of them, but he's only got 10-inch guns. So that's really helpful too. We're in torpedo range. We just need the angle now for the forward tube. And I don't necessarily know where that angle is that we want to be at. I'll just try to aim a little bit ahead of them. Alright, we took a bad hit there. But we're at 65% chance to hit now. And with heavy guns, and with him only having 10-inch guns and this heavy armor that we've got at our belt, I think we should be in pretty good shape. We've got heavy shells, so we should get some nice penetration here. We might even turn broadside to try and get that side torpedo tube going. Or at the very least to get our front one going when it gets at the right angle. Let's slow down a little bit too. It's a decent hit. Didn't do a lot though. Oh, I'm a little nervous about this now. About the angle that we're at. I just want to get a torpedo going. We've got to find the right angle for it. Should be there. What are we waiting on here, guys? Where does this torpedo need to be? We're starting to take some damage now. We might have to turn so we can get the side tube going. I think that's about the only thing I can do at this point. He's just landing so many hits on me. And I'm not doing nearly as much damage as I thought I would. Alright, we're going to turn. We're going to hope to get this side tube going before he does too much. This is where it could get really, really ugly really fast when I turn my broadside to him. Alright, give me a torpedo shot. Come on. There, torpedo's in the water. Now we'll turn back. Not going to miss from that distance with the torpedo. We'll see what it does, how much damage we can cause. Hopefully a decent amount. Oh, it's still really dangerous here. Alright. It didn't do nearly as much as I'd hoped. Just flooding in 3 rear compartments, that is not nearly enough. So let's get swung around. Hopefully get the forward tube fired. Maybe try to hit him up forward somewhere. Oh, we got 4 compartments flooded now. Maybe it'll spill over. Maybe he doesn't have much in the way of bulkheads. Oh, now we got 5. I think we got him. It's not pretty, that's for sure. But I think it's going to work. I think we got him. It keeps spilling over into the next compartment. Yeah, he didn't have much in the way of bulkheads. We got another torpedo going that's going to hit him forward. I don't even think we're going to need it. There it is. All right, so that worked. That was not pretty, but it absolutely did the trick. So that should be an easy way for you to win those 2 particular missions. And next time out, we'll go to design a Dreadnought and then maybe torpedo the Dreadnought. Let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section below. Drop a like if you would. We'll see you again next time with some more. Thanks for watching.